Hello and welcome once again. My name is Patrick, and I am the information librarian in charge of all things young adult here at the Malden Public Library in Malden, Massachusetts. This is the third in a series of pre-recorded and live book reviews, book discussions that we are doing here as part of our summer reading program at the MPL. We are trying to post a new book review or the online discussions every Monday for young adults, teens in the 6th through 12th grade. And if you're watching this video, I want to thank you so much. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below, or feel free to call the library and ask for Patrick. This week, we are talking about a little bit of an advanced book, but a very popular one that we've had here in the Malden Public Library for a while. It is a novel that you can get a free copy of. I want to emphasize that. A free copy that you can own, take home and own 100% free. All you have to do is join up in the summer reading program and log in 5 hours of reading within 1 week. There are 5 more weeks in the program, or at this point, I think only 3 more weeks, 6 in total, but you have the chance to get a few prizes by just logging in 5 hours every week. So by the time this comes out, you can still get some prizes. Our prize box is right behind the information desk, and there hopefully will be multiple books and like water bottles and free electronic toys and things like that that you can pick from. But one of the books that you can get for free is the one we're talking about today. That is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. If you're a fan of the genre, of this fantasy genre, you might have already heard of this book before. It is popular with both teens and adults as a fantasy series, and I wanted to go over a little bit about the synopsis, the character and things like that. See if this is a book you'd be interested in. But like I said, we have other free books, even if it's not. But if you've ever wondered, it's like, what is that? If you've ever seen a friend maybe reading this, what's that book about? We're going to talk about that just a little bit. So the main character, and one thing about this edition I appreciated is there is a pronunciation guide in the back, because I think I was saying her name wrong. It's spelled Celaena, and it's pronounced Selena. The main character, Selena, is a assassin. So that by profession, she was trained, and she is, at the beginning of the book, I believe, in prison, and she's taken out of prison and given a chance to work for the Crown Prince Dorian of her kingdom, to earn her freedom. But she has to work for him as a royal assassin in a court setting, a fantasy court setting that is, very treacherous. Think of like Game of Thrones or something along those lines. And if you like that kind of intrigue, that's what's going on here. It is fairly rare for there to be like a female court assassin. So she is pitted against a lot of thieves and warriors from across the empire who are also vying for the position, and sponsored by other members of the King's Council. And there's a series of like tests and rounds of elimination where she is trying to, basically win her freedom by becoming the royal court assassin. But yeah, and there's some light romance, some intrigue. She becomes trained as a warrior by a character named Kale Westfall. And yeah, and then the main plot of the story is like once the the assassin trials begin, some of the opponents just start ending up dead before things kick off. So there's a little bit of mystery in who is doing this, and that's like the main form of the book. But this is kind of like an origin story for Selena, and if you've read this before, read the first book, you probably know that there's, I think, at this point, 7 sequels, and there's like some prequel material and things like that. So it is a wide world. Sarah is still writing books, I believe, in this series, and you'll have a lot to dig into if you enjoy this first book. But like I said, you can get this for free at the Malden Public Library by just signing up for the summer reading program and logging in 5 hours. The great thing about it is if you don't like this first book, obviously we can make recommendations here at the library for some other things that might be more up your speed. As part of our summer reading program, the theme is Tales and Tales, and we're focusing a lot on fairy tales here. Some of the books you can get are fantasy kind of fairy tales. But there's all kinds of things, obviously, for your summer reading lists that you can read, and things that we can suggest to you if fantasy is not your cup of tea, if not your interest. Boy, howdy. Yeah, on the back, I think the most recent book that came out is Court of Frost and Starlight, but there's 7 books in this main series, and then there's a sequel series. Very popular. They're being marketed and sold in multiple formats, and you'll probably find a couple different covers if you look for these online. But if you've already read this and you enjoy it and you want to recommend it to a friend or get a free copy to give to a friend, like I said, feel free to comment below or write a review when you sign up for our summer reading program. That's something you can do as well. And I can share that with other young adults and teens that might be interested in this. Okay, that is going to do it for this quick little review, synopsis, what have you, of Throne of Glass. Once again, my name is Patrick Brennan, and if you have questions about the young adult programs this summer, on the summer reading calendar and things like that, or your summer reading books, feel free to call the library and ask for Patrick. I'm in charge of the young adult collection here, and next week we're going to be doing, I believe, a live book discussion specifically for the public schools here in Malden in the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. But if you have questions about any of the summer reading, maybe assignments that you've got for the school, or you're looking for a book and you can't find it, call the library and ask for Patrick. Anyway, that's going to do it for this week. Thank you so much for watching this, and thanks everyone that has already signed up and is logging your hours. I believe this is week 4 of the summer reading program when this comes out. Thank you for watching this, and have a great rest of the summer.